And welcome back, everybody, to Frederick Douglass Field here in Newark, New Jersey. It's game 2 for Rutgers Newark softball here on a beautiful afternoon in downtown Newark, New Jersey. The Scarlet Raiders losing the first of these 2 games 10-0 to the nationally ranked Profs from Rowan University. And on the hill today for game 2 is number 24, Jackie Lara. And she's in there for a strike against the leadoff hitter, Peyton McNair, for the Profs. Tom, it was a tough outing for Paige Masiello in game 1.
Yeah, it was, but it was not for her lack of effort. 5 errors will really do you in as a pitcher, and most of those runs were unearned, so that's not on her. So look for the fielding for the Rutgers Newark to be revitalized here in game 2. And really give Lara the confidence she needs to pitch well from the circle.
Well, speaking of confidence, back on April 17th against NJCU, Jackie Lara pitched a real gem in a 2-1 win and certainly got some confidence from that victory. The only 2 victories of the season coming against NJCU back on April 17th. A moral victory of sorts today would be able to get a win here in the second game.
Absolutely. It would have been a moral victory if they were able to lose, game 1 either like 4 or 5-0 against this ranked team, but those errors really cost them in the end.
And certainly Rowan having a tremendous season thus far in the 2021 campaign as they look to do some damage in the postseason. And can you speak at all about I don't think there's going to be a postseason, or have they decided on that yet?
No, there is. Everybody makes it, and there'll be a play-in game between seeds 7, 8, 9, and 10, whereas the 7 will host seed 10 and 8 will host seed 9.
There you go. Okay, so it's good to know that. Getting things started for the Profs with the leadoff double is Peyton McNair. And it's Sonia Sharma now batting for the Profs as she squares away to bunt. Sharma had a good game at the plate the last inning, Tom, for the Profs.
Yeah, Sharma she scored 3 runs in that last game, flew out to left field once, and had 2 singles.
And stealing third base was McNair as that pitch was low and handcuffed Tomaselli. So McNair will take third, and Rowan's threatening early with a runner in scoring position.
Once again, being aggressive on the base paths.
And that's going to be called strike. 1-2 now the count to Sharma. As the infield is in, and that's going to be slapped over to the first baseman. Bobbling but collecting herself for the put-away is the first baseman, number 28, Lauren Hernandez, but a run will score, and Rowan is on the board here in the top of the first inning. Still just 1 away as Morgan Zane, the left fielder, is the batter for Rowan. Morgan Zane, a junior, 5'9", right-handed batter out of Pittsgrove, New Jersey. Back of the helmet adorned with a small sunflower, which is nice to see.
Zane was the batter who homered in game 1.
And that was a shot. There was no doubter, no doubt about that one.
That would have been good over the center field wall as well. So just to put into perspective how hard of a ball that was out to left field.
And not a whole lot of wind today.
No, wind blowing from left to right here when it does come in.
And Lara deals, that's going to be high and outside. Count now at 3-1.
Zane was 2 for 4 in game 1, a home run and a double. Grounded out her other two at-bats. So when she makes contact, she's most of the time getting extra bases.
That's going to be inside, ball 4. As Morgan Zane will take her base. And it's the number 4 hitter, Corey Haig, catching today in game 2, as she did in game 1. So not a huge amount of changes in the props lineup, as pitcher Emily August with the complete game shutout in game 1, throwing a 1-hitter, will get the ball here again in game 2.
In fact, there was 0 changes from game 1 to game 2 for the Rowan lineup, John.
I think, wasn't there one batting order change for them? I think there might.
Nope.
No, it's the exact same.
Exact same lineup.
I thought there might have been a change in batting order, but I stand corrected.
What's the saying?
Don't broke. No.
Don't fix what's not broken.
Right, that's it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yep. That's what Rowan's doing here in game 2.
Runner on first. And the 3-1 is ball 4, as Jackie Lara has walked the last 2 batters. Runners now on first and second, as Kelly Duffy will step in up to the plate. And there's going to be a coach's discussion over by third base.
Yeah, you know, when you walk 2 batters in a row this early, you don't want to mentally put yourself in a hole. So I think that's what Kate's just doing here, helping her realize, you know, she's got the skill, the potential is there. Just do what you know how to do. And I'm sure that's how that conversation's going in the circle.
As Coach Kate Seamster finishes up with a little powwow on the pitcher's mound, trying to settle down her starter, Jackie Lara, who's given up 2 walks. And Kelly Duffy having an opportunity here with a runner in scoring position. That's going to be outside.
Counts 1-0 here. Runners on first and second.
Another ball low and inside. 2-0. Having some control problems here in the top of the first inning.
She's not missing by much there, John. A little bit just too far inside. When she corrects that, she'll be start painting that inside corner.
That'll be
like
in
she
there
does there
for a strike. Low and inside, ball 3. And Lara deals high, ball. Oh, kind of a late call there by the home plate umpire. In there for a strike.
Probably a makeup call from that earlier inside pitch that we thought was a strike.
Right, 3-1. And ball 4, that's 3 batters in a row. Jackie Lara has walked. Kat Thomas with bases loaded and just 1 out.
Not the start you wanted if you're a Scarlet Raider.
That's going to be outside, ball 1. Kat Thomas, the number 5 hitter today. And she could do some damage with this at-bat. She gets ahead of the count. That's going to be low, ball 2. As Laura looks to find the strike zone here. And she does just that. With a called strike, taking all the way was Kat Thomas. Count now 2-1.
Kat Thomas had a single, reached on an error, and was hit by a pitch in game 1.
That's going to be a grounder back to the pitcher. Force it home. And unable to catch that at first base was the first baseman for the Scarlet Raiders, Lauren Hernandez. So the force at home for the second out of the inning. Almost turned 2, but not in time with the throw to first. And it's Mariah Wysocki taking for a ball. Bases still loaded here in the top of the first inning. In there for a strike.
Counts now 1-1. Bases still juiced here. It'll be huge if Jackie Lara can get out of this inning with just 1 run crossing the dish.
Two and one to Wysocki, bases loaded. Jackie Lara in some trouble here in the first inning. And that's going to be in there for a strike. Great pitch right on the corner. Tomaselli set that up nicely, framing the plate perfectly for strike 2. That's going to be high.
Counts now full, 3-2. Bases loaded, scores 1-0 here in the top of the first.
And 2 away, the payoff pitch. Back to the pitcher, Lara. Easy put out for the final out of the inning, and props to Jackie Lara for getting out of a jam there, holding Rowan to only 1 run. We'll be back with the 1, 2, and 3 hitters for the Scarlet Raiders. Jackie Arute, Masha Corbett, and Jackie Lara. We'll be back in just a moment. And welcome back to Frederick Douglass Field.
The shortstop, number 22.
It's softball. Rutgers Newark taking on the Profs of Rowan University here in Game 2 this afternoon. NJAC softball action. The leadoff hitter, Jackie Arute.
Was a lone beneficiary of the hit in Game 1. Double left center, which brought her within 2 of 100 hits for her career. Looking to whittle that down to just 99 here in this at-bat.
2-0 now for Arut, another one of our seniors being honored today on Senior Day. Two and one now the count. Jackie fouls that off.
And that'll even the count at 2-2. Bounced off Blumenthal to our right.
And that's going to be fouled down the left field line. Count stays at 2-2. Rowan University improving to 20-5 on the season with that win in game one, 14-1 in the conference. Nationally ranked amongst the Division III coaches poll.
Counts full.
Rutgers falling to 2-11 after that loss in game one. And that's going to be hit right to the second baseman for the Profs, Rebecca Lombardo.
That was a good at-bat there, regardless, by Jackie.
No, that was Sonia Sharma, I'm sorry, with the put away at second base. Sonia didn't have to move much on that line drive. Jackie Arut with a hard hit ball at that at bat. Wasn't able to get through for the first out of the bottom of the first. It's going to be inside, ball one. To the second baseman, Masha Corbett. Masha, a junior out of Phillipsburg, New Jersey, playing second base today in the second game of our doubleheader.
That's been Masha's main position this season. She's done very well. You know, she's dabbled everywhere. She's labeled as a utility player. Can play wherever is needed.
And a great play by Emily August, cat-like off the rubber to nab that ground ball. And if that gets through, Masha might have beaten it out. But Emily August fielding that ground ball for the second out of the inning. You can't say enough about this pitcher for Rowan. A one-hit complete game shutout in game one, and she gets the nod here again in game two.
Now it's up to Jackie Lara to do her best Shohei Ohtani impersonation by helping her own cause.
Exactly. Going to be fouled away. Count now 1-1 with two away for the pitcher, Lara. Ooh, taking something off of that was Emily August.
Good eye there by Lara.
Even at 2-2. As Emily August deals, that's going to be popped up into deep left field. And making the play for Rowan is Morgan Zane for the third out of the inning. One away. One inning in the books, I should say, here at Frederick Douglass Field. Rowan with the early 1-0 lead. And we'll be back with the second inning right after this.
center fielder, number 70, Rebecca Lombardo.
Welcome back, everybody. We got a pitching change here in the second inning for the Scarlet Raiders. Now pitching, it will be number 15, Madison DiGiorgio. And that throw is going to be high as number 7, Rebecca Lombardo, will beat out the throw, and she'll take second base on the overthrow as DiGiorgio
We're going to label that as an infield hit.
gives up an infield hit.
I think she was going to beat out the throw anyway. It was a slow roller.
So Jackie Lara will now be playing first base for Rutgers Newark. DiGiorgio now facing Brianna Bryant, third baseman for Rowan, left-handed batter. She fouls that out of play. So Jackie Laraton will be playing first base.
Yep. Returning to her original position from game 1.
Were there any other changes other than DiGiorgio and Lara? That'll be a base hit down the right field line, and coming in to score for the Profs is number 7, Rebecca Lombardo, to make it 2-0. So DiGiorgio has given up 2 hits here in the second inning. And it's Peyton McNair, the leadoff hitter. DiGiorgio in there for a first pitch strike. 0-1. Now to Peyton McNair. Runner on first. And that's going to be shot into right field. Falling down on the play was the right fielder, Mia Lopez. 1 run will come in on the triple. Scoring the run is number 6, Brianna Bryant. And Sonia Sharma now to bat. Scores now 3-0. So
Turf Monster got Mia Lopez out there.
Yeah,
in right
she
field.
got tied up there out and right. Peyton McNair with a triple. We're going to score that in error, Tom?
No.
No? Ooh, that's a shot down the left field line, just foul. So it'll be a triple.
Yep. Stand-up triple.
For Peyton McNair. Yes. No outs with a runner on third for Sonia Sharma. It's going to be low.
2-1.
And DiGiorgio has gotten tested here in the early goings of her relief appearance. That's in there for a strike.
Full count.
It's going to be a base hit just out of the reach of the shortstop, Jackie Arute, and an RBI single for Sonia Sharma. The lead is now 4-0. As Rowan continues their dominance here in game number 2, as they haven't wasted any time here in the top of the first inning. top of the second.
Now, Madison DeGiorgio has a 2.25 ERA this year.
Ooh, that was a nice pitch by DeGiorgio. Breaking pitch. And stealing second is Sharma.
Her record is 0-1, though. She's pitched 9.1 innings. She's allowed 5 runs, 3 of which have been earned. She's allowed 11 hits and struck out 1 batter. So, limited action for DeGiorgio this season. She's going to be put to the test here against the Profs of Rowan University.
And that's belted into left field over the head of Alex DiMartino. Another run will come in and a stand-up double for Morgan Zane and an RBI, making it 5-0 Profs here in the top of the second inning. And Tomaselli will come out to talk to her pitcher. And I believe that's Gabby Goodwin or Tina Zagia out on the circle. Madison, just a freshman, looking to bear down with this next batter, Corey Haig. So runner in scoring position, Corey Haig at the plate. DeGiorgio deals. That's going to be outside, ball 1. That's right down the middle, ripped down the left field line. Another run comes in, and it's going to be a stand-up double for Corey Haig and the RBI, making it 6-0. Rowan here in the second inning.
That's 3 straight batters now that have batted in a run.
Kelly Duffy will now come to the plate for the Profs. Taking something off of that for a called strike is DeGiorgio.
Still no outs here in the top of the second.
DeGiorgio, again, a freshman out of Cedar Knolls, New Jersey. And getting underneath that was number 21, Duffy, and trying to tag on the play successfully. Tagging was Corey Haig. So a runner on third, 1 away for DeGiorgio. And it's Kat Thomas now with a runner in scoring position. DeGiorgio deals, takes something off that for a called strike.
It's good for DeGiorgio to get this experience early on in her career. You know, really go against these tougher teams.
It's the only way you get better, Tom.
Absolutely. Steel sharpens steel, John.
I like it. 1-1 at the count, 1 away here in the top of the second inning. DeGiorgio deals, and that's grounded to the third baseman. And a good play by Bardis, who checks the runner. And makes a strong throw over the first for the second out of the inning. Mariah Wysocki, the right fielder, at bat now for the Profs. Mariah's a junior out of Voorhees, New Jersey. DeGiorgio is going to be outside on that pitch. 1-1 now the count, 2 away. And here's the pitch from DiGiorgio. End of the bat blooper. And the put away by DiGiorgio. Nope, she's going to be safe.
Infield hit.
Infield hit. That was a tough one. Rebecca Lombardo is the next batter for the Profs. But it looks like there might be a change being made. Perhaps a pinch runner as the coaches talk things over for Rowan. Got very quiet here all of a sudden, Tom. And looks like we're going to have number 38 coming into the game, Sarah Brosman, to bat. Sarah Brosman, number 38, will pinch hit. Sarah's a freshman out of Mays Landing, New Jersey. DiGiorgio deals low ball one. That's going to be in there for a called strike. Brosman taking all the way. It's now 1-1. That's going to be grounded foul. 1-2 now the count to Brosman. So, Tom, what do you think about the pinch hitter here? I mean, was there any strategic reason for that?
I don't think so. I think it's just
trying to get some reps in for some other players.
For the freshmen, you're up 7-0. You won game one, 10-0. You feel confident in your ability to win this game. Let's get the freshmen some looks.
Gotcha. And the same could be said. Ooh, Brosman with a shot into the gap in left center field. And another run's going to come in. Brosman with the stand-up double. No rust there as Brosman comes off the bench as the pinch hitter for an RBI double. And it's now 8-0 here in the second inning for Rowan University. And Bryant is in there with a base hit into right field. And another RBI, another run. Bryant, the sophomore out of Bear, Delaware, with an RBI single to make it 9-0 here in the second inning.
Now batting the shortstop, number 37, Peyton McNair.
Peyton McNair has been something to watch here today, doing it both on the field and at the plate. Strong player. The shortstop for Rowan.
She has a chance to complete the cycle here, John. First inning, she had a double. To start this inning, she had a triple, and now her second at-bat within the inning. All she needs is the home run and a single to complete the cycle.
And looking more like a savvy veteran, only a freshman, Peyton McNair. Having an immediate impact on this Rowan program, starting at shortstop.
She's going to be a force to be reckoned with over the next 4 years.
Absolutely. And she snakes that out into right field. It's going to be a fair ball. McNair will hold up at second. No, she's going to take third on the hesitation. And an RBI for Peyton McNair. Another run comes in, making it 10-0. As it has gotten ugly for the Scarlet Raiders here in this second inning. As this onslaught continues.
They've scored 9 runs here, John, in the second inning.
2 away as this 2-out rally continues. And Sharma with a sharp grounder to the third, and Bardis with the put away for the third out of the inning. Ten to nothing here at the end of 1.5 at Frederick Douglass Field, Game 2. Softball action on Raider Vision. We'll be back as the Scarlet Raiders are up next. It'll be Michelle McMillan leading things off for the Scarlet Raiders here in the bottom of the second inning. Rowan with a 10-0 lead. And Emily August continues her dominance in the circle for Rowan. McMillan swings away. 0-2 the count to Michelle McMillan. She's in the hole early. August deals. That's going to be outside, ball 1.
One and 2 the count here to McMillan. Stays off that one.
He wins the count at 2-2. McMillan stays alive, fouling that one back.
You know, like you mentioned earlier, John, August has done well to keep the Scarlet Raiders down and out.
And McMillan pokes that out into right field and over the head of the right fielder, Mariah Wysocki, for the stand-up double. Good for Michelle as she starts off this second inning with a double for the Scarlet Raiders. Alex DiMartino steps into the box for Rutgers Newark. That's in there for a strike. Fouled back
0-2 the count here to DiMartino.
Strike 3, down swinging. Goes DiMartino for the first out of the inning. And it'll be Megan Tomaselli, the catcher.
The catcher, number 19, Megan Tomaselli.
August deals. Called strike.
Finds that outside corner.
Strike 2. Oh, 2 the count to Tomaselli. Runner on second. Tomaselli fouls that away.
Tomaselli doing a great job at prolonging this at bat.
McMillan on second in scoring position. Staying alive is Tomaselli. It's a good pitch by Emily August.
Tomaselli has to make sure and not leave McMillan stranded and capitalize on this hit, unlike the Scarlet Raiders did in Game 1, where they left Jackie Root stranded on third base.
Yep. Coming back inside. It's going to be fouled away off the screen. Dead ball. Tomaselli staying alive again on that foul ball.
Corey Haig, the catcher, tried to play it off as she caught it, but she trapped it up against the fence.
Might have caught her chin on that one as she took her mask off. Took a strange little hop off the screen. She seems to be okay. And Tomaselli is turning into quite the battle between Tomaselli and August as the pitch count continues to rise for Emily August. Tomaselli hanging in there. It's going to be low and outside.
It's just the first ball of the at-bat there, John. 1-2 the count.
And rip foul. Tomaselli turning on that pitch a little bit ahead of it.
It's got to be either the fifth or sixth foul of this at-bat.
It's going to be outside. Ball 2. Counts even. Outfield playing kind of shallow. Tomaselli known to have some power. That'll be strike 3. Nasty pitch by Emily August for the second out of the inning. I haven't seen DeGiorgio up at bat yet this season. She's got an interesting stance, kind of an open stance, that left foot. Way behind her, and she steps in, takes a called strike.
2.
That's going to be outside for a ball. McMillan, good heads up base running by Michelle McMillan, and a great slide. She's in there with the stolen base at third. 1-2 the count to DeGiorgio. McMillan at third in scoring position. And that's going to be high and outside. 2-2. just outside, full count. Oh, great pitch.
Nice and inside
Bringing the
there.
heat. DeGiorgio goes down swinging for the third out. Here in the bottom of the second, 2 innings in the books.
And for the second game in a row, the Scarlet Raiders leave a runner on third base.
And it is 10-0 as we will take a brief timeout and be back with third inning action right after this. It's now the top of the third inning here at Frederick Douglass Field, Newark, New Jersey. Rutgers softball. Second game of this doubleheader.
Thank you.
And we've got some changes here. First for the Scarlet Raiders, now pitching is number 24, Jackie Lara, replacing number 15, Madison DeGiorgio, who will move over to first base. DeGiorgio with a tough outing, getting the nod in the circle today for the Scarlet Raiders, giving up 10 runs. Not all of them earned. So it will be Jackie Lara to take over the pitching duties, and that's going to be inside for a ball. And it's Morgan Zane at the plate. Morgan had a big home run in game 1 for the Profs. Yeah, it's going to be high. Zane gets underneath that one again, deep in the left. Oh, not able to hold on to that one is the left fielder for the Scarlet Raiders, DiMartino. Another deep shot.
It's an error there, John.
For Morgan Zane. But an error will be scored on the play as DiMartino unable to hold on to that one. Morgan Zane will be at second base.
Oh my god, I just fixed myself, like literally.
And head coach Kate Seamster talking things over with a home plate umpire.
For us, for Rutgers Newark? Yeah.
So there was a discussion about the change that was made. Not quite sure what they were discussing, but again, To reiterate, DiGiorgio playing first base. She's replaced by Jackie Lara, who's now pitching. So it's Corey Haig, the catcher for Rowan.
Sorry, John, there was a bit of confusion out on the field.
Yeah, what was that all about?
It was just substitution changes, little dispute, but it was ironed out.
Okay.
No issues.
Runner in scoring position for Corey Haig. And she'll foul that one away. One and two the count to Haig. Here's the pitch from Laura. It's going to be way out of play. Yeah, it's going to be low. Unable to hang on to that is
A wild pitch will advance her over.
Megan Tomaselli. So the runner will take third base on that play. So Zane now on third base for the Profs. Another wild pitch. Covering home was Jackie Lara. So the runner stays at third. Three and two the count. Lara deals ball four. Runners at the corners. Corey Haig at first as she draws the walk.
Wherever life takes me.
Zoe Frisco, the batter. Zoe's a freshman. And that ball's going to get away from Tomaselli as the runner advances. Runner's now on second and third. Still no outs. And Zoe Frisco into the game. One of the lineup changes there in between innings. Zoe's a freshman out of Vineland, New Jersey. Zoe with a good opportunity here with two runners in scoring position. The Profs with a commanding 10-0 lead, and we're just in the third inning. A low one inside.
Counts 3-0 here at Frederick Douglass Field. Like John mentioned, scores 10-0, top of the third.
It's going to be low. Ball four. The base is now loaded. And it's going to be Kat Thomas. Kat Thomas in a great spot with bases loaded and no outs.
When the Profs have to go on defense, Kat Thomas will be the new pitcher.
Oh, Kat Thomas is coming in. Okay. That's in there for a called strike.
A lot of work to do here for Lara as bases are loaded, no outs.
Lara deals inside, ball one. Check swing, but a called strike. Count now 1-2 to Thomas. And Laura deals. That'll be low and outside. 2-2.
Kat Thomas doing well to extend this at bat. Make sure she waits for a pitch.
And it's a slow roller to the third baseman, Bardis, who bobbles that. Unable to come up with it. A run will score. And it will be number 12, Mariah Wysocki. Still with the bases loaded. We're going to score that an error? Will be an error on Bardis. 11-0. Still no outs. Alone inside. Ball one.
So there's been one error and then walks the second error. So
And I'll be hit into deep right field. Making the catch is Mia Lopez. And the runners will advance as they tag up, scoring a run from third, and the runner on second also tagging up to take third base. So runners on the corners score now 12-0. Called strike.
oh, she got out. Wysocki. She felt it.
Thomas stayed. Frisco advanced.
Yep.
And it's Brosman at bat for the Profs. Two balls, one strike, one out. Runners on the corners. Laura deals. That's going to be outside. Ball two. Ball three. 3-1 count. Brosman came in a pinch hit. Had a double.
I was going to say she put her pinch hit ability to the test. And
That's going to be a grounder to Bardis. Bardis throws away Brosman to hold the runner. Runners now on second and third with two away. Brianna Bryant, the left-handed batter for Rowan. Bryant, ground out to the shortstop, making a nice play to by the second baseman, I should say, Marsha Corbett. Gets the third out of the inning. So at the end of 2.5, Rowan 12, Rutgers Newark nothing. We'll be back with the bottom of the third inning right after this. And we got a pitching change for the Profs of Rowan University. Now pitching Kat Thomas. Kat is replacing Emily August, who did an incredible job here today with a one-hit shutout in game one and was well on her way to a victory here in game number 2. But Kat Thomas will be pitching. Kat was playing first base up until now. And Mia Lopez swings at a first pitch strike, fouling it away. Kat Thomas, a right-handed pitcher. And that'll be low. 1-1 the count to Lopez.
This is Lopez's first at-bat of the game.
Slow roller to Thomas. Thomas making the easy play as she throws Lopez out at first. 1 away here in the bottom of the 3rd inning.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 12, Emily Borders.
Emily Bardis up for Rutgers Newark. She takes a called strike. Bardis has been playing a busy third base today. She's made a couple of nice plays at third. Thomas with the pitch, low and outside. One and 1 the count to Bardis. Thomas deals. It's outside. Ball 2. Kat Thomas with a nice pitch. Even things up at 2-2.
Bardis only got the bat once in game 1. Struck out swinging as she takes ball 3 there.
Count now full. Slow roller. Nice scoop by the third baseman for the second out of the inning.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 22, Jackie Aru.
Brianna Bryant made that look easy. As she makes a nice play at third base for the Profs.
Aru gonna look to try and find a gap here, collect her 99th hit.
Jackie Arute holding a 98. Is it 98 career
She's
hits?
currently at 98, yes.
Good for her.
Like I said, a milestone that would have been well earned twice over at this point. Had last season
Swing and a miss.
happened.
1-1 now the count to Jackie Arute.
Arute has played in 90 games in her career, John. Missed just 1 start.
Iron Man. And Brianna Bryant with the nice play the last at bat, but unable to come up with that one as Arute is in there at first base. That will be scored an error for Brianna Bryant at third base. So 1 on now for Rutgers Newark.
Now batting.
The second baseman, number 4, Masha Jordan.
Nice pitch by Kat Thomas.
I mean, she was running to her left.
I want to give it to I'll change it.
And Corbett takes ball. 1-1 the count. Thomas Deals fouled off. 1 and 2. Now to Masha Corbett.
Wishing Jackie's hit was more of a either harder.
Ooh, that's right up the middle, off the second, off the bag. And corrals in a left field. We'll take it any way we can get it.
Absolutely.
That'll be a base hit for Masha Corbett. Scarlet Raiders threatening here in the third inning. 2-out rally. Runners on first and second for number 24, Jackie Lara.
Like I was saying, it's unfortunate. Jackie had to take an error there, nullifying the hit, so she remains at 98 for her career. But that's for another at-bat as
That's
Jackie
right.
Lara bats with 2 runners on, 1 in scoring position. That batter would be Jackie Arut.
It'd be nice to see a run come through here. As the donut is still up with the 12-0 lead for Rowan. Rutgers Newark unable to score in the first game. So maybe a moral victory of sorts if Lara can come through here with a runner in scoring position. And Thomas Deals takes something off of that in there for a strike.
This umpire confuses me sometimes. Like the pitch is being thrown back to the pitcher, and then she'll call the strike.
Yeah, she's got a little bit of a delay, at least in her hand signal. I don't know what she's saying up there. Maybe she's calling the strike before she signals with her hand. And that's going to be swing and a miss, strike 2. As Lara is down to her final strike here in the bottom of the third. And that's fouled off. Lara stays alive. And Thomas deals. Lara gets a piece of that. Slow roller to the third baseman, Brianna Bryant, who had trouble with that last ground ball, but handles that smoothly for the put away, the final out of the third inning. Score remains 12-0 for the Profs of Rowan University. We'll be back with the fourth inning right after this. Tom Krichkowski with the call as color commentator today. I'm John Heffernan, and we'll be back right after this. And we're back here in the top of the 4th inning at Frederick Douglass Field. The Profs from Rowan with a commanding 12-0 lead here in Game 2 of this NJAC doubleheader. Profs having quite a year for themselves at 20-5, 14-1 in the conference. And back into the game is number 24, Jackie Lara. She came in relief last inning.
You know, that Madison DiGiorgio might have been to just try and get the Rowan batters off of Lara's speed, trying to bring him, confuse them a bit.
And as you said, Tom, it's good to see DiGiorgio get in there as a freshman, get some experience in the circle.
Yeah, absolutely. This is invaluable experience. You can come in and be the best, but if you can't go out there and perform, or if you're not getting the reps, you're going to get a bit rusty, and that's not what anybody wants.
No, and I hope she doesn't take it too hard. She did get knocked around for a bunch of runs and hits, but that's the only way you learn. And a nice play by Bardis at third, and a strong throw over to Madison DiGiorgio for the first out of the inning.
Seems like we're going to have a pinch hitter here.
It looks like Kim Wilson, the head coach, is looking to get some of her bench players a look. As number 34 will be pinch hitting, that's Gabby Fonalosa. Will be batting for the Profs. Gabby's a freshman out of Hamilton, New Jersey. And Gabby swings. Oh, a diving play by Bardis. Perhaps the web gem of the day. Bardis, just a gorgeous diving catch for the second out of the inning. Might have banged up her elbow there a little bit, or maybe her hand. Kind of a rough gravel there in the infield on this gorgeous field. But Bardis seems to be okay, as we've got another pinch hitter for Rowan. It's going to be number 1, Lexi DiGiorgio.
I wonder if there's any relation there to Madison DiGiorgio. They're twins, coming from Samantha Uter, our official statistician today.
Well, that's nice to see, the DiGiorgio twins getting some reps here today.
So maybe Lexi DiGiorgio. Grounded out 5-3. Okay, hit enter. Okay, and now Gabby Finaloso popped up to. No, you gotta put the sub in. It was 34.
And DiGiorgio takes ball 1. Ball 2. 2-1, 2 away for Lexi DiGiorgio, the freshman out of Cedar Knolls, New Jersey. And that's going to be outside. Ball 3. So I'm being told that Lexi and Madison are sisters, twin sisters, playing on different teams, going head to head. And a nice little piece of hitting by Lexi DiGiorgio, who comes in as a pinch hitter. We're going to score that an infield hit.
And she will join her sister over on first.
Must have been a nightmare for the Mr. and Mrs. DiGiorgio this season. having to see their daughters go against one another, but not merely a nightmare. It's kind of cool, actually. But who do you root for?
We split the jersey.
And we've got another pinch hitter as Danielle Hewlett will come into bat. Hewlett is a sophomore out of Trenton, New Jersey. And there's 2 outs. DeGiorgio on first. And Hewlett at the plate. That's going to be a called strike as Jackie Lara gets ahead on the count, 0-1. Hewlett swing and a miss. Hewlett 5 feet 10 inches tall.
So if I did that in a long inning, you would have had to redo the entire inning.
And DeGiorgio
'Cause it saves
at
on that.
5'2". Might have caused a bit of a challenge for Lara, but not there as Hewlett goes down looking for the 3rd out of the inning. So the score will stay at 12-0 as we get ready for the bottom half of the 4th inning. Scarlet Raiders coming up. Well, we'll be back right after this. You're watching Rutgers Newark on Raider Vision. Cat Thomas getting ready to get things started for the Profs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. There is a change at catcher as the pinch hitter Hewlett will be catching. And Corey Haig will come out. So the catcher is Danielle Hewlett. And a ground ball to the second baseman for the easy out. That was Michelle McMillan grounding out for the 1st out of the game. And it's Alex DiMartino into the box now for the Scarlet Raiders. 1 away here in the bottom of the 4th inning. And that's going to be a flare into the right field, but playing that perfectly was Mariah Wysocki. And just like that, we've got 2 away here in the 4th inning.
2 pitchers, John, 2 outs. As a pitcher, that's exactly how you want your inning to go.
Exactly. Megan Tomaselli, the batter for Rutgers Newark. Thomas deals, and that'll be low, ball 1.
I didn't really see that, and then once I said it, I was like,
Tomaselli way up in the box. And that'll be a high. Ball 2.
2-0.
Tomaselli.
Drops
That's going to
it.
fall in there for a base hit.
Second hit of the game for the Scarlet Raiders.
Megan Tomaselli. Nice piece of hitting in the right field. Falls in there for a base hit as the Scarlet Raiders have a runner aboard with 2 away. And it's Lexi's sister, Madison DeGiorgio, coming to bat for the Scarlet Raiders. And we've got a pinch runner replacing Tomaselli. Will be Yexenio Osorio, number 0. Yexenio Osorio. I like the way that flows. So Osorio looking to bring some speed to the base paths for the Scarlet Raiders. As DeGiorgio, with that open stance, will take call strike 1. Two-way, Thomas in the circle for Rowan, and she deals, swung on, and it's going to be a slow roller to the second baseman for the final out of the inning. Sonia Sharma with the put away. As we have 4 innings in the books, Rowan with the 12-0 lead. And we've got that 8-run rule in effect. So if this lead stays at 8 through 5, that could be the game. And 19 is back into the game for Rutgers Newark. So Tomaselli replaced with a pinch runner, but she will be back behind the plate for catching duties here in the 5th inning. And Jackie Lara also will stay in the circle for the Scarlet Raiders. And I like how Coach Kate Seamster has her kids warming up down the left field and by third base in between innings, keeping everybody warm, which could help with maintaining a positive attitude despite the dominant performance this afternoon by Rowan. Move a muscle, change a thought. So any negativity can get worked out there with some warming up as we are about to get started with the 5th inning here at Frederick Douglass Field. And it will be number 40, Zoe Frisco. Zoe came in as a pinch hitter.
She walked.
Zoe, a freshman out of Vineland, New Jersey. 5 feet 7 inches tall. And Laura deals. That's going to be low, ball 1. Tomaselli made a nice play on that pitch, keeping in front of it. Zoe just a freshman. And that's in there for a called strike. 1-1 now to Frisco. That's going to be outside. Ball 2 to Frisco.
Scarlet Raiders have doubled their hits this game, John. Went from 1 to 2.
Frisco turns on that pitch by Lara, and a good play at third base by Bardis, and a strong throw for the first out of the inning. the hot corner. Bardis been holding it down there at third. Very busy. Emily Bardis at third base. And now coming in to pinch hit will be Kaylee Hoffman, number 33, another freshman getting her shot at bat today. Kaylee's a 5'7" right-handed batter out of Freehold, New Jersey.
For 12, 18, thank you.
So Kaylee getting an opportunity here this afternoon in game number 2 as Coach Kim Wilson tries to work in some more of her role players, bench players, and freshmen. It's a nice thing to see with the big 12-0 lead. And that's going to be in there on the inside corner for a called strike one. Base is empty, one away.
My scorecard, John, is full of names right now with all the subs from Rowan.
I know.
A little bit confusing.
It's been a parade of pinch runners, pinch hitters, position changes.
Yep, I was about to say, position changes as well.
0-2 now to Hoffman, and Hoffman gets up underneath this, and it's Bardis again. Emily Bardis making a nice play on that fly ball. 2 away, as it will be number 18, Brooke Renner, into the game as a pinch hitter. Brooke, also a freshman out of Paramus, New Jersey, 5 feet 2 inches tall. And should take that first pitch for ball one.
And we spoke earlier about, getting Madison DiGiorgio and the other freshman reps for the Scarlet Raiders. This is the I can't talk. Perfect time for you as Rowan to get the freshmen in to get their reps.
Absolutely. Late in the season, postseason coming up, which I wasn't aware of until you told me. And that's going to be in there for a strike, 2-1.
Yep, so the way the playoffs are going to work, John, is all 10 teams make it, and 7, 8, 9, and 10 will play a single elimination play-in game.
Gotcha. Kind of like a play-in
for
situation.
March Madness, exactly.
Right. In there for a strike, all even at 2-2 for the pinch hitter. Kaylee Hoffman has an opportunity here to show her stuff. And the 2-2 high, ball 3, count now full. Hoffman holding up on that pitch. Full count. 3-2, Lara. Here's the pitch. Hoffman with a grounder to the second baseman, and that should do it. Third out of the inning, as we will head to the bottom of the 5th. And unless there's a miraculous turnaround, we hope that some of the younger players can continue to get their at-bats, continue to make some progress here. Even small victories are something to look for. I remember my lacrosse coach in college would tell me, prove the way solid players can prove themselves is despite the score, you play all 4 quarters, you play all 5 innings, you play all 7 innings, you play all 9 innings, whatever the sport, whatever the time, whatever the score, you got to leave it all out there. It's not always easy to do, but let's see how the Scarlet Raiders do here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And leading off the 5th will be Mia Lopez. And Kat Thomas will stay into the game for the Profs of Rowan University. So it's Mia Lopez here in the bottom of the 5th. And she's going to get hit by the pitch and take her base. Up ball just got away from Thomas, a little bit low. I think it caught Mia on her outside left foot. It might have snuck in there on the right one. I couldn't tell. But she seems to be no worse for wear. And the third baseman, Emily Bardis.
Couple changes for Rowan. Kelly Duffy is going to re-enter and go into the circle to pitch. Kat Thomas is going to leave the circle and go back to first. And Mariah Wysocki is back out in right field.
I gotcha. So it's Kelly Duffy in the circle.
That would be correct. I had to leave the table, go down to check with the blue, make sure all was good.
And Bardis swings away, fouls that one off. 1-2 the count to the third baseman, Emily Bardis. Lots of personnel changes here as this game has progressed. And the pitch is going to be low and outside. 2-2 now to Bardis as Kelly Duffy gets some work in here for the Profs in the 5th inning. She replaced Kat Thomas, as we mentioned. And looks like we've got another change coming into the ball game. Will be number 12, Wysocki, who will go into right field. She replaces number 13, Morgan Zane. Oh, no, that's number 18, Brooke Renner. And called out on the play at second base is Mia Lopez, who tried to steal, but to no avail, as that will be the first out of the inning. Bardis count stays at 2-2. And it was 3-2, so that'll be ball 4 for Emily Bardis. My apologies.
That's my fault, John. I had to figure out what was going on the field, but nonetheless.
Yeah, a lot of moving parts here. Emily Bardis now the runner at first with one away.
Shortstop, number 22, Jackie Arut.
Now,
And
barring a miraculous comeback, this will be Jackie Arut's last at-bat of the evening.
And it's going to be a put back to the pitcher looking to turn 2. It won't be in time as Jackie beats that out, but the force is made at second. Bardis out on the play. And a nice looking play all around for Kelly Duffy, the new pitcher for the Professors. And Rutgers Newark down to their final out of the afternoon. As I can't say enough about this Rowan team. They are sharp. I don't see any weaknesses in this team whatsoever.
Very well rounded.
And it's just not the score. They just play sound, fundamental softball. And their bench is deep and experienced. They have a national ranking to show for it. At number 21 in the nation, Tom, at this stage?
Correct.
Division III,
Couple
ranked
of their
21st.
losses. Washington College, they lost 2-3. University of Lynchburg, they lost 3-0. Salisbury beat them 12-3 and 5-1. And since then,
That's some really good competition.
have not lost until
So why so
April
many
20th, they lost
out of
2-0.
conference games for Rowan?
they were just able to get those games in. And they went down to Maryland, it seems, to play a bunch of them. So no Florida trip, more of a Maryland trip,
I got
if
you.
you would.
And swing and a miss as Corbett is now at 2-2, down to her final strike. And we're back home here on Tuesday, right, Tom?
Yes, my 31st birthday, John.
Oh, happy birthday. And that's a flare in the right field. Good job out of Corbett with the base hit. as Rutgers Newark now has a 2-out rally going, runners on first and second, as Jackie Lara comes to the dish. Happy early birthday, Tom. Well, you know, we've got some celebrating to do on Tuesday.
Yeah. Big 3-1.
And who do we have on Tuesday?
Let me double check for you because I don't know off the top of my head. We have TCNJ.
And we've had success against them in the past.
No,
That's good. That was NJCU.
Correct.
I got you. And that's going to do it. Final out of the game as Lara grounds out to end things here at Frederick Douglass Field. 2 5-inning games as the Profs take the second game of this doubleheader 12-0 as their record improves to 21-5, 15-1 in the conference. We'll be back here on Raider Vision Tuesday as the Scarlet Raiders take on TCNJ in a doubleheader, and we will get things started on Tuesday at 3:30.
Correct.
3:30.
No, 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock will be the first pitch here at Frederick Douglass Field. So on senior day, a disappointing couple of losses, but some moral victories as well. A young team trying to build for the future. Once again, props to our seniors, Patty French-Reyes, Emily Bardis, Masha Corbett, Paige Maciello, and Jackie Arute. We look forward to seeing you out here again on Tuesday of next week. And Tom, I think that's going to do it. Anything to add?
Nope. Just for the girls, just look forward on to the next game. You know, you played a nationally ranked opponent. You know, a few blunders on the infield was the difference in game 1. And game 2, you know, their bats just weren't able to keep up with the pitching of the Profs. So now it's time to move on to the next one. You can't change anything that happened in this game. You can only learn from it and move forward.
I like it. Some inspirational stuff from our SID, Tom Krichkowski. We'll see you guys back here on Tuesday at Frederick Douglass Field. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Be safe, everybody. And if the Oscars are your thing, they're on tomorrow night. So you can watch a little bit of the Academy Awards and enjoy the rest of your weekend. For Tom Krichkowski, Athletic Director Mark Griffin, I'm John Heffernan. We'll see you back here on Tuesday afternoon at 3 o'clock. The final score here in Game 2, Rowan 12, Rutgers Newark nothing. Have a great night, everybody.